What's up, Noods? I am officially back from Japan. That's a lie. I've been back a couple weeks, but I've been lazy to make this video, so call it post-trip depression. But for real though, I spent an amazing week in Tokyo with my girlfriend. Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys about my experience because it was my very first time there. So I want to share with you guys the things I loved, the things that surprised me, and not so much things I didn't like, but the things that to watch out for. Now, the main thing I loved, and the main thing everyone loves, is the food. I ate a lot of food. I ate... Let me be straight up. If you are planning to go to Japan in the future, be prepared to gain some lbs because the food there is extremely high quality. And not only that, it is dirt cheap. I don't know if I've ever revealed where I'm from, but I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. And if you know, stuff here is ridiculously expensive. I got a huge bowl of ramen in Japan for 1,100 yen, which roughly translates to $7.55. If I got a ramen here, that size, it would be $17, not including tip. What's crazier is my ramen wasn't $7.55. That was my girlfriend's. Mine was 950 yen, which is closer to $6.55. I have been to restaurants that have given me instant ramen for that same price. Now, the main reason for this, well, I'm not sure, I'm kind of guessing. It's a theory. A game theory. When you think of the States, and when you think of where bad food should be, where do you think of? You think of the gas station and convenience stores, right? Well, the difference is in Japan, where bad food should be, it's actually pretty great. There's a big three in Japan, and I'm not talking about anime. It's 7-Eleven, Lawson's, and Family Mart. These were my lifesavers, okay? If I wanted anything, a drink, a light snack, fried chicken, for some reason they all have fried chicken, these were the go-to spots. And they're open 24 hours, so you can go early in the morning, get a coffee, or go late at night if you got some munchies. I could get 4 to 5 quality items over there for like a couple bucks. But here, I have to get that goddamn taquito that's been rolling there for who knows how long and gives my toilet PTSD. Glazing aside, I know, I've just been glazing, I'm about to move on. If there's one thing that I personally recommend that you need to try, it is the Lawson's egg sandwich. Nah, bro. This is the perfect sandwich, might I say. Moving on to things that surprised me, and it has to be that initial culture shock. It really was like stepping into a whole new world. The first thing I noticed is that the people there are reserved, but very respectful. A prime example is I actually met a couple of y'all when I was there. Yeah, there were a couple people that came up to me and were like, yo, you're Vaseline Noodles. And I'm like, hell yeah. And we took our pictures, you know, I love meeting y'all. But there was one Japanese kid who recognized me, and he was very sweet. He tapped me on the shoulder and he said, hey, do you make content? And I said, yeah, buddy. And he was like, okay. And he left. He didn't want anything else. He just left. He just wanted to know. And I would have taken a picture with him. I kind of wanted to, but it seemed like he didn't want to bother me. Another funny story that's kind of similar is I was waiting at the bathroom. I had to take a numero dos. Somebody ate a little too many egg sandwiches. So the guy before me, when he came out, he was in a suit. And when he saw me, he looked shocked. And he immediately turned around, and I can only assume he cleaned the toilet and reflushed it. And when he came back out, he was like... And it's an odd situation because obviously I'm thankful, but I also want to be like, dude, you didn't have to do all that. I would have gone. So if we really like a place, we'll rate it 4 to 5 stars, right? If it's bad, we'll give it 3 stars. For them, their 4 to 5 stars is 2 to 3 stars. This is just something I noticed when I looked at my Maps app, and every store and restaurant was rated 3 stars. And obviously in my head, I'm seeing this and I'm like, dang, these places must all suck. But no, they just have a different rating system. So if anything is above 3.5 stars, that place is good. But at the same time, if anything is 4 or 5 stars, that place is bad because that means only the foreigners are rating it. Though, from a foreigner's perspective, there are a couple things that I found a bit uncanny. And that is how quiet and robotic some places can feel. For example, there's restaurants where no communication is needed. So you walk inside, there's like this vending machine with the menu on it. You click on one you want and it prints out a ticket. You hand it to the chef and you find a table by yourself and they deliver you the food. And I know that this seems cool, which it is, but there are some people that do this every day. There are certain individuals who take the subway, and if you've ever been on the subway, it is dead quiet. No one talks, everyone just looks at their phone. So reasonably, you can assume that certain Japanese workers go through entire days without talking because they don't have to. And I think that's weird. Because at that point, you're just living like the people from WALL-E. But genuinely, it is an issue in Japan. They deal with loneliness, hard work-life balance, cultural expectations that lead to stress. I don't know. I watched some YouTube videos about it when I was there, and I just want to let you guys, it's not perfect. Anyways, last topic. This is things to watch out for in Japan, or more so, tips for if you're going in the future. If you are going to Tokyo, like me, just know there are a lot of people, approximately that million. So expect there to be lines, all right? Popular restaurants, cool collectibles, the bathroom, the subway. You're gonna have to be patient. For the subway, it is amazing. It is your friend. It is fast, it is smooth, it is convenient. You can get to almost any place in the city with 2, maybe 3 trains. But for the first couple days, you will have no idea what's going on, all right? You will get on the wrong platform, you'll get on the wrong train, you'll go the wrong way, you'll be frustrated, confused, like me, but you'll figure it out. Another tip, and this is a canon event for every tourist, you'll buy a drink and you'll finish it, and you'll need to throw away the bottle or cup, and you'll realize there are no trash cans. No trash cans anywhere. I didn't know this. My girlfriend got a Starbucks coffee and we looked for a garbage can for, I kid you not, 20 to 30 minutes, right? You're supposed to keep it and then throw it away at home. What? How is it so clean there? My final tip has to do with shopping because you will buy a lot. And I bought a lot. Just look. Yeah. And the reason for this is it's so overwhelming the amount of shopping you can do. Quite literally, there are malls that are like 10 stories tall, next to malls that are 10 stories tall. Can you imagine just going through a block and every place you look is shit you can buy? It's consumerism on steroids. So you do end up buying it, but the thing is, you keep buying and it adds up. All right, the second day I was there, I spent $400. That was half my budget. So my advice is try to avoid any extremely popular shopping districts. One, because it's super freaking busy and you can find that anywhere else, all right? You don't have to go to that district. And 2, set a limit, okay? You need a day limit. You can't go over it. I know sometimes I wanted that figure or that food, but I had to be like, pull myself back. I was addicted. All in all, Japan was an unforgettable experience. It exceeded my expectations. It was better than I could imagine. All right, if you've made it this far, if I've interested you for long enough, I know I was kind of just blabbering this whole time. Thank you so much for watching. I truly am thankful. I'll make sure to get back to my regularly scheduled content. Love you guys. See ya.